Welcome to the Boston Art Podcast. I am Brian Huntress.
I'm Theodora Earthworms.
And this is the episode.
Woo!
So, we're going to try to record an hour and a half long episode in 45 minutes.
Alright. We can do it.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, the day before release. I don't want to upload this and chop it up and add the intro, because that's a pain in the ass, but I usually have a little more time to do that, but not this time.
We just got back from vacation.
Yeah. And now we're going in the barn to get a painting for Theo.
Yeah, so I'm entering it in the show.
Good job. Good job. Good job on the show entering.
Actually, this time, it'll be after we release this. If you guys want to come see it on Saturday, it's at the Kinross Community Center in Brighton.
So tomorrow at the Kinross Community Center in Brighton. Is that how you say that? Kinross?
Kinross with an N.
Kinross Community Center in Brighton.
The show is called Monster Dirt Baby, and I'm going to be in it, a bunch of other people are going to be in it, there's going to be vendors and musicians and artists there.
Baller move. God, I haven't been up here in a while. The fucking place is trashed, and it isn't even my fault. Oh yeah, where's your suitcase? I don't even know where it is.
You know where it is?
Oh, it's behind you. Sorry. My bad. Let me look inside of it.
You're trying to kill me.
Why are you mad at me? It's okay.
I'm not mad. I'm just
What
stressed.
painting is it anyway?
Let's go with the cockroach.
Is it in here?
Yes.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This among other things.
Good job. I love that one.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I told you to shut up on the last episode. I was reviewing the recording and I told you to shut up a bunch of times. And that's stupid. I shouldn't tell you to shut up.
I appreciate that. I don't remember, but
I did.
it's
I love
okay.
you.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
So.
Anyway.
Yeah. About that. God, I feel like shit!
Why? 'Cause you didn't eat breakfast yet?
Yeah, I'm
Let's
hungry.
Go.
I'm hungry.
Let's go get breakfast.
Our podcast sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Like this episode and the last one, it's just like we don't even talk about anything. It's like this podcast isn't even about art.
It's fun. I don't know. Everybody fucking likes it for some reason. So.
Everybody loves
Everybody loves
it. Everybody out there.
I mean, if I've learned anything from the internet and other internet celebrities, including myself in that category, if you just keep doing it, people will pay attention. I actually don't want to fucking talk about that though. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Oh!
Hi, puppies.
Jack! Doggo! I think they're thirsty.
Do you think the listener can hear my joke?
Yeah, I can hear it now that you pointed it out. Oh! Good. Jack!
Good.
Come on. There you go. Little pepperonis. Now we leave. Ow. Big gate hurt me.
Oh. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. What?
There's baby talk in a completely normal voice.
Big gate hurt me.
My car.
Big gate, owie.
Owie.
Yeah, your car. So you can just kick me out at the end of the episode. I'll take that painting.
What?
Take the painting. Ew. Cockroaches. Creepy painting of cockroaches.
Thanks.
One day in the future, we're going to have so many episodes that we're going to be able to do what This American Life does when they don't have an episode to air, where they just do a rerun from like 2006 or something.
We could probably rerun
they've
an episode from last year. That
Nah, it's just we haven't existed long enough.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, it would be a little too weird. I don't know.
I need to figure out the hairbrush situation because I'm gonna have a fucking meltdown if I can't brush my dead head.
Is my hairbrush in the back? Where was my hairbrush?
I don't know.
It was missing. It wasn't in my my suitcase.
Might be in the back. Everything's a mess, and I don't have anything ready, and I have to just start my work week now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your
This
fault.
is terrible.
I had a lot of fun, but now I'm panicking.
Yeah.
It's hot.
I know. At least we got to sleep in today.
Yeah, that was fun.
We did a little camping. We just did a little camping trip. That's all.
It was really fun. I've never been camping before.
Good times. Anyway, so I was learning about some things recently.
Yeah.
Did you know that Salvador Dali was a total right-wing fascist?
Really?
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
Like, he was not, like, he was actually a total piece of shit.
Really?
And was like a Nazi sympathizer and a right-wing guy.
I had no idea about that.
I didn't either, but I watched a video essay about it on YouTube the other day that I don't remember who made it or what the title was.
Right.
But it was just all about why this guy personally believes and knows that Salvador Dali was like some like right-wing shitlord.
Is that a credible source?
Yes. Yeah, it was. I saw it on YouTube.
I feel like we should do a little bit of more research on that.
Salvador Dali canceled right-wing piece of shit.
Because someone told me so on the internet.
That's
I don't
right.
remember who.
Let me Google it right now. Let me just Google that real quick. Sometimes I feel so self-conscious about the podcast, man.
Why?
Because I'm like, maybe like I don't know.
I mean, same, but...
Like, I just don't want people to think that we don't give a shit or like we don't care about it.
I don't think
Or
anybody
like
thinks
we're
that.
jerks.
Do you know how stupid that would be, though, if someone said that about us? Like,
That
imagine
we
you
don't
were...
care about the podcast. They're jerks.
Yeah, imagine you were, like, talking about somebody, and you were like, look at their podcast. They don't even give a fuck about it. They just keep doing it, but they don't really care. They don't love it the way that they should.
Yeah, that
imagine
would.
if someone said that to you at a show about someone else.
Yeah, that would be weird. So in 2015, Vice posted an article headlined, "It's really surreal how Salvador Dali was a fascist who hit women."
I believe it.
Vice said it in a headline.
All right. It's really surreal. They went for the surrealist joke. I like that. Good for Vice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I actually can't provide any like interesting educational information or cool stuff or any. I can't say anything funny or cool or interesting right now because I'm starving.
I feel that. I am also starving.
I'm very hungry. This is like a throwback to that episode, It's Not That Deep,
Oh, yeah.
where we woke up and we were like sweating to death and we were so stressed out and hungry, so we drove to the Dunkin' Donuts in Brighton and got sandwiches.
I think the thing that's funny about our podcast, too, is that it's such a, like... I feel like there's an unintentional self-portrait being painted here.
Yeah.
Like, the really specific details of my morning routine.
Yeah, my morning routine, I wake up, go to the bathroom,
Right.
brush my teeth, eat food.
I mean,
That's pretty much the whole thing on a general day.
that's good.
Yeah.
That wasn't exactly what I meant, but...
Oh, you weren't asking about that, the
No.
details?
I mean, I can tell you mine, though, if you want.
Okay, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I wake up, like on days when I'm at my house, I wake up, I set my alarm for an hour and 45 minutes before I actually have to wake up, so I can snooze it multiple times. I feel like I slept longer. So I usually set my alarm for like 6 a.m. or so. I snooze it a bunch. I inevitably snooze it too much because my judgment while I'm sleepy is not good. And then I put on an outfit that I hopefully laid out the night before. I have like a 90% success rate at doing that. Usually take it off and put on a different outfit after that. Put on makeup, leave the house late, drive as fast as I can to Dunkin' Donuts where I've pre-ordered my food, run in and pick it up, and drive to work as fast as I can, and then physically run from the parking garage to the clock-in clock and hopefully punch in within like 2 minutes of when I was supposed to punch in. And then I go to work.
I like that.
Yeah.
I felt like a poem.
Really?
I don't know.
I should have delivered it in rhyme.
Delivered it in rhyme.
I'm gonna turn into the drive-thru and not let this person do it, which is kind of a douchebag move because they were waiting already. But I'm really hungry.
Eat a bag of shit. There are no rules on the road.
That karma will come back to me later today, I'm sure.
No, it won't. Do you believe in karma?
Sorta. It depends.
What do you mean it depends?
Well, I don't think if something bad happens to me randomly, I don't think it's because I did something fucked up that made me deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do something shitty, I feel bad about it. And then if something bad happens to me later in the day of an equal caliber, I'm like, this is fine.
You're like, I deserve this because I just, like, 3 days ago, cussed out an old woman in line at the bank.
I would never, ever do that. I've never done that.
You've never done that?
No.
I don't know that I have either.
You're not sure, though?
Maybe when I was, like, 14 and was, like, in public for the first time, I, like, yelled at an old person or something.
Hi, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I
Is that fucked up? I don't even know.
large iced tea with sugar, please?
Large iced tea with sugar?
Yep. And a, tomato pesto grilled cheese.
Okay.
What do you want?
Black
Anything
pepper
else?
bacon sandwich with no cheese.
What are you
Croissant.
saying? And a black pepper bacon sandwich with no cheese on a croissant.
Okay.
No cheese.
I said that. What do you want?
They didn't record
Anything
it.
else?
And a medium iced coffee with 1 almond milk and 1 sugar.
And that's all.
Nothing else?
Yep, that's all.
1601. Have a good day.
Thank you. They had a blood orange refresher they specifically recommend I try with my... Why didn't I get that?
Blood orange.
That was probably really good.
You think it was good? Maybe you could change your order last minute at the window.
They probably already made the iced tea, though, by the time I get up there.
Do you like iced tea?
I drink it every day.
Oh, you do?
It's the closest thing Dunks has to water that doesn't taste like shit. Because the water they give you at Dunks is from the sink.
I like sink water. I don't mind it.
You can't drink sink water. The planet is dying.
What the fuck does that have to do with the sink water?
There's
being
plastic in it and like microtoxins. Or real toxins. Are you gonna pay or am I gonna pay?
Fuck, come on. I know what that question means.
Well, it's fine.
You're paying or
I
I
got
am?
paid today, so
You're
I'll
paying?
do it. Yeah.
I
I forget
paid
who
today?
paid last. What?
Oh, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Two drinks, the tomato pesto and a sweet black pepper.
Yep, that's right.
Do you need a tray or no tray?
No thanks. Thank you.
Ah, yes. The nectar of life.
I got a large this time. I usually never get a large. Oh, thanks.
Ah, yes. The nectar of life. What's a better would you workshop that phrase? Better, the nectar of life. Is it like the nectar of like being? Like, would you say that nectar?
Would I workshop referring to a Dunkin' Donuts coffee as the nectar of life?
I don't know.
Do I have input
I
on
want
that?
to talk about karma again.
Okay. What do you want to say?
Is it real?
Like
Like to me, because like in my mind, like I have 2 wolves inside of me. I have one that's just fully ready to believe in any spiritual principle
yeah,
or entity. Like I'm like, yeah, I think that's cool. I want to believe in that.
yeah.
And then I have another half of me that's like, dude, ghosts aren't real. Karma isn't real. God is fucking stupid and not real. Not all of this is bullshit. And I'd even go as aggressively as to say that
I think it really
to
depends.
even include crystals. Like, fuck them too.
Thank you.
Fuck all of it.
You too.
I don't really think that. I gotta check. Well, like, I'm not anti-crystal or astrology or anything. We're good. There's no cheese on my sandwich. Purely for like social reasons. Like,
Give me the trash.
give you the trash.
We're going to the trash can.
Trash run. Gotta do a trash floor sweep.
Especially in the summer, you gotta stay on top of that shit.
Like, I'm pro astrology and pro crystals because a lot of people are, and I don't want to be like the edgelord, like that's like no. So I just, you know what I mean, participate in it
Okay.
because I want to be pro social. You know what I'm
Interesting.
saying? Like if I lived, I don't know.
Give me the rest of the trash.
It's kind of like when you talk to somebody who's religious and you just immediately accept that they're religious, so you're like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like put on my atheist goggles.
Okay.
What other fucking trash?
Do you not
gonna
see the
pick
trash?
the teeny little straw wrappers off the floor too?
They're not teeny. They're
Come
large. They're the
on.
size of a straw.
I'm trying to record a show here.
Okay, well, you're also in the trash
I'm
seat.
trying to have another weird debate about religion again.
We keep doing that, bro.
That's one of my things that I like doing.
I know.
I like to have weird, heated conversations about religion.
Alright, you're done. You don't have to pick up the... Okay, I'll throw the flosser on there too. Oh, good job. You
I missed it. I missed the trash. I threw a flosser, not in the trash.
Where should I go?
Take a left if you
I
can.
can't take a left out of here. Are
Well,
crazy?
you have to go back towards the correct... Oh, my sandwich is falling apart.
But it's getting really hot if we just sit in your driveway. I have some
Well,
time.
let's do a loop. Let's do a little... Want to do a little cruise? Is that okay?
Yeah. But now I'm going left already.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess I could just transition to going right. Let's do
Wait,
it.
wait.
What?
Oh, okay,
What?
you got it.
What do you mean wait?
There was some asshole coming up on the right. I thought that guy behind us was gonna fuck it up. Sorry.
You can't just say wait and not
Sorry.
be specific. Sorry.
That's my Canadian apology.
That's terrible.
Sorry.
Hey Siri.
Sorry. Take a left at this light.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about that. I think it's fun. No.
Why didn't you just fucking take that left?
The arrow stopped.
Dude. It's okay. Yeah, no, it's all good. I wonder what type of person we could interview that would be a good candidate of interview subject that would just talk about religion. Like, let's have some weird, just religious discussion.
I know some people.
Well, me too. But I'm saying, like, is there a type of person that, like a spiritual advisor,
Yeah.
like somebody who that's their, like, main thing, their job or something?
I know some people. I'll talk to you about it off the air so it's not weird.
Should we interview psychic readers?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like
also know
psychic
some
tarot people?
I know some people also for that.
Me too. Do you think it says something about us that we just got those in the bag?
You could name any archetype of person and I probably know a guy. I feel like my most, like, fleshed out resume skill is knowing a guy.
That's the only resume skill that matters for every resume.
It's true. It's how I exist.
Oh, this left. This left.
Why you keep trying to tell me to take lefts?
Guys,
Lefts suck.
slow down. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
A backseat driver.
What?
The music.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to wait.
Oh.
La, 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 la. I have a zit on my cheekbone again.
Let me look.
No,
Okay.
it's on the wrong side of my head. You can't look while I'm driving.
Okay, that makes sense.
This road has been recently paved. It would be very nice to scooter on this road.
Yep. That's true.
Or Healy.
Remember when me, you, and Noah made that scooter edit?
Yeah.
I was going through old videos on my phone, and I completely made the whole edit.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my god, can we drop it?
I just forgot that I edited it. I edited it at the time that we made it.
You should post it.
I will.
It would be so funny.
Yeah, I will. Ah.
That'd be a really funny thing to send to Noah because we did that like a year and a half ago.
Yep. Yo, shout out to our dedicated listeners.
Yeah, shout out.
Yep. I'm glad I ate food. I feel better now.
You do? That's good.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten yet because we haven't found a place to.
Why don't we switch? I'll drive, you drive. You drive, you eat. I'll drive, you eat.
Okay. Whoa, look at that.
Wow, they're ripping the roof off of that thing.
They're like
Anyway.
taking apart part of the frame too, but keeping
Oh.
the existing exterior. It's kind of interesting.
Go straight.
Okay. You know, if I eat this sandwich and I find a hairbrush, I think I'll be relaxed again.
Really?
Yeah.
So why don't we pull up into a parking lot? I'll look for the brush. You eat your sandwich.
I think the brush is literally behind me on the seat. I think I tossed it in there.
Why?
I don't know. It might
It's my
also
brush.
be in the Rockland Trust bag. Because remember I showed it to you in the driveway and I was like, I have your brush. And then I went in the back seat.
Well, I just moved some stuff around. I didn't see it. I couldn't find it really.
Well, there's a lot of bedding in the back right now. For our little road trip.
I feel depressed.
I wish we were still on vacation.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about vacation is it has to end or else you just moved.
Yeah. Holy
Whoa,
frack,
that's a really
dude.
tight turn.
Yeah, real good turn to go around going 40.
I was going 20!
Ugh.
What the fuck is that?
Looks like a school.
Weird.
Ugh. Okay, left of these lights.
Stop telling
Sorry.
me to take lefts. I hate lefts.
I'm just a left. I'm just left wing. Oh, sorry. I'm a leftist. What was I just saying? You know, it'd be a funny title for this episode.
What?
Just titled "Salvador Dali is a Fascist."
That's pretty good. We should look into that more.
Do you
though.
feel like that's a waste of that title? Like, I feel like that's such a good title that it would be a shame if somebody was like, "Oh wow, Salvador Dali was a fascist. I'd love to listen to some educational art history content."
And it's just
And then
us.
it's just this dog shit up of an episode.
Well, maybe we could Google it more.
I will. I wouldn't post
You
that.
literally found an article that was talking about it and didn't.
I had reason. I would. You have to take a left down there,
Left on where?
down where those cars are going.
This makes no sense. I don't understand.
You can do it.
The
Don't
light
panic.
is red now.
Don't panic. Go. You're good.
What the fuck?
Good job.
No.
Woohoo!
That
Sorry.
was really stressful, and I
I'm
hate
sorry.
it. And they're in 2
I'm
lanes.
sorry. Now go right into the Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to get some Starbucks?
I just got a tea, but I want a refresher.
Oh my god. Alright, now find a parking spot in the shade.
There is no shade anywhere.
Alright. One can hope.
There is shade. I found a spot
Oh.
in the shade.
Oh, you did it.
There was
I
only
knew
one.
You could do it.
Oh,
It's okay. You can do it. I believe in you.
it's reserved parking for the gloss bar.
Dude, fuck the gloss bar. I don't know what that is. Okay. So. Now. Let's just chill, I guess. Ed called me back.
You did?
Yeah, I just missed it 5 minutes ago, though.
Shit.
I'll call him back.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. We haven't seen the photos from our photo shoot from that we talked about last episode.
We're gonna be getting them soon, though.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Shout out to Ed Newt, our photographer.
Thanks.
It was a really fun time. Had we already done it when we recorded last? I forget.
Yeah, we did. Ow, my tailbone hurts still.
I'm sorry.
Do you think my tailbone injury is a permanent injury? Like, you think this is just the way it is from now on?
I think you should do one of the anythings that they told you to do about it.
They gave me ibuprofen and said, you're going to have to just be in pain for a long time.
And they told you to buy a pillow. One of those oval pillows so that you're not sitting on it all the time and reactivating the bruise. If you
Reactivating my bruise.
If you have a bruise and you keep bumping it and pushing on it, it's going to stay for longer. You know this.
I don't believe it.
If you have a pillow and you're letting it heal, it will be better.
Maybe that's true. Maybe it isn't.
Move your arm. It is true.
What's that? What's that?
Acne
Oh, your
pads.
wipes.
These ones are specifically for acne.
That's cool.
I have a sunburn on my face again. But it looks kind of cute. But also, I need to start wearing SPF.
Stu-du-du.
Excuse me.
What?
We're recording.
I was looking at my Instagram notifications for some reason. I don't know why I was looking at that. I'll go back to looking at was Salvador Dali a fascist.
Okay, thank you.
All right, is Medium a reliable source?
Well, it depends what they cite for their sources.
All right,
but
Medium
probably.
article from Kamna Kurdi from 2021. Salvador Dali's obsession with Nazism and fascism, from masturbating Hitler to cannibalistic couple. Salvador Dali is inaugurably one of the most renowned surrealist painters of the 20th century. Shut up.
I think
You're
said not gonna
fucking
say
up
that
my
to me.
moment. I'm sorry.
Just apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's inarguably.
I read it wrong.
I'm just kidding, sorry.
While we cannot dismiss the value of Dali's art, it's equally important to embrace Dali's complex mindset. Dali was allegedly an admirer of Hitler. Later, when the Spanish dictator Francisco Franco ruled Spain, despite his ruthlessness toward the common man, Dali maintained affable relations with him. Dali constantly affirmed his apolitical stance, but his paintings and actions did not match with his statements. George Orwell wrote an essay on him and ruminated on a question and called Dali a disgusting human being and an artist of undeniable exceptional gifts. Sounds like we get some construction sounds going. This article would cover Dali's obsessions with Hitler, his paintings that support Hitlerian fascism and camaraderie with fascist ruler Francisco Franco, Dali's fascination with Hitler. In 1934, Dali was expelled by a group of surrealist painters for his pro-Hitler views that glorify fascism. André Breton, the leader of the surrealist group, put him on trial and wrote a letter accusing him. What?
Your inflections are confusing me. Where are the ends of your sentences?
There are no ends of the sentences. They didn't put periods in this article. I'm just kidding.
So he sounds.
So
like
I'm shittily reading the article, okay? So I read it shittily.
Sounds like he was a fascist.
Yeah, there's some red flags here, like him being apolitical. I'm not on either side.
But I like Hitler, though.
I don't believe in either side. I'm not on the right or the left. I'm just simply looking at all sides of the issue.
All I'm saying is, you guys could compromise a little bit more.
All I'm saying is that the left is absolutely batshit crazy and hysterical and taking things too far and ruining comedy. Salvador Dali, the left is ruining comedy. Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Why didn't I know this already?
It's like kind of, I feel like this is kind of like how there's like a lot of hidden, there's a lot of like, you know, we've talked about this many times before where we talk about the way museums talk about, or museums and publications in the art world talks about famous not blue chip artists, but famous legend status artists like Picasso, Frida, fucking Jackson Pollock, whatever. And it's like a lot of the bad information about them and their dark dealings or weird views or very unfortunate actions, like the things that these artists did, you know, they're open knowledge. Like they're not like, it's not like anybody's trying to hide the information, but it's more so that people are just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, damn. I'm not saying I feel like that. I'm just saying, like, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, a giant Salvador Dali show at the MoMA. Like, this is going to be great. 2023. Like, hundreds of unseen giant oil paintings by Salvador Dali. Like anybody in the business with that opportunity just doesn't want to
talk about it.
They don't want to throw. They feel like they're throwing out the baby with the bathwater by talking about how Salvador Dali was a racist, fascist, Hitler-loving weirdo guy that like everybody hated. Even though that would make, in my opinion, that would make the show more interesting to include information like that. But a lot of people feel like if they include that information and talk about that or reveal that, then they'll have to just shut it all down. And we got to throw all the paintings in the trash and forget about it and delete you know what I mean? It's kind of like the same problem everyone talks about with like musicians. with popular musicians of yesteryear and the boomer generation and, you know, Steven Tyler, the guy from the Chili Peppers. We don't need to get into this. If you know, you know. But, like, you know, we just are like, and we just don't want to, we just rather not think about the bands at all. And just be like, whatever.
What do you think about the
It's
concept?
taking a dark turn. What was your question?
What do you think about the concept of separating the art from the artist?
I think it's there's not one answer for all cases. I think like with like Me Too style things where there's somebody in a position of power abusing it and using their authority and artistry and artistic capital to hurt people, that I don't think I'm like, you know, I'm not interested in separating the art from the artist with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he contributed anything to culture besides a shitload of money, a green stamp, you know, a stamp of approval for whatever movies that went across his desk. But other than that, like, he was just a guy using, like, his lordship as, like, a means. Like, it was just, like, a sexual outlet. Like, his corporate office was, like, his own personal brothel.
Yeah.
You know, that guy was just a sick freak. You know, so there's no really way to slice it where you can see his contribution to like modern film as positive at all. Versus like somebody like, I don't know. I'm trying to think like, I don't know, like let me just slander a random artist that I don't know anything about real quick.
Ooh.
But like, I don't know, I'm just saying hypothetically, what if like John Singer Sargent was super fucking racist? He's a random white guy from Boston from the 1800s. Like, if you've told me that that guy was like completely, wildly, violently racist, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Or like, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's like kind of like the article was just saying. It's like Salvador Dali. We love his paintings. He changed surrealism. He fucking rocked the fucking modern art world, and he influenced generations of artists. But he was a creepy fascist.
So, yeah, I agree with you.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, like, there are definitely academic... This is another thing. Like, we don't have to get into this because it's really dark and fucked up. But, like, there's a lot of medical advancements in modern medicine that have been made through very, very dark channels and methods.
Most of what we know about psychology was done through like inhumane methods of testing that we don't approve of anymore.
Yes, demonic methods and things have happened. Yeah, literally. But, and I feel like, all right, should we try to find the brush? You hold the recorder, I'll look for the brush. I'm just saying that like there are instances where somebody's academic or artistic or cultural contribution to the world should be acknowledged, but that doesn't mean we have to pretend like they weren't some total piece of shit.
So, yeah, I agree with you. And I think that that's something that is... It's kind of interesting because I feel like a lot of people address it as if it's one or the other. That, like, you either have to just say... Like, whenever you talk about this person being shitty, you have to be like, but they're art, blah, blah, blah. And, like, redeem them in some way. Or you need to just not consume what they've made at all. But I feel like that doesn't take into account... Like, I don't know. If, like, some, like, artist that's contemporary right now... like assaulted someone, yeah, don't stream their Spotify. You know what I mean?
Or
like,
just like fuck them.
Yeah, you don't need to care about them.
Who gives a shit?
But if they also are like generations back and they've influenced artists now that wouldn't have made the art that they made historically if it weren't for this, like there's a certain lineage in. Thank you so much. There's a certain lineage that people are drawing from in like art and music history or cultural history that like you can't. For example, Pablo Picasso. You can't just teach art history and omit him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so this
like you need to acknowledge Cubism.
So here's an interesting thing. So I feel like we've arrived... Here, I'll let you comb your hair. So we've arrived at the idea that there are some instances where it isn't even really about separating the art from the artist. That isn't really important, but it's about mutual acknowledgement, where we know, we can see that somebody was a piece of shit, and we can see their contribution, and we can live with both.
And you should be saying both.
Some people can live with both. For the people in the audience that are vehemently against it, that are like, you know what, I can't unsee this, I do not want to experience anybody's fucking, any kind of creation, historical or not, if they did that kind of shit, that fucks with me. I hate that. Fuck you for saying that. I respect that feeling. Like, it's like, you know what? If that's where you're at with all of this, like, that's okay. I do not fault people who feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people that feel that way, you know, and that's a valid perspective, right? Do you think so?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think so, but I think it also, if you think about it from a lens of history, like education and, like, teaching about these artists, like, showing their work in museums, because museums are, although they are a place to show work and for people to buy tickets and look at them and go like, oh, wow, the main function of a museum is an educational institution. Like, they're showing you art history. So, if...
Theo cleaned out the brush. There was a big clump of hair that came out of it, and I just threw it out the window.
Yeah, it was very
my
distracting. Anyway, I think that it would not be doing due diligence to the history that you're teaching to not show the full picture. Like, we don't not display photos from the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Like, we don't just omit shit. It happened. And if you're going to show that it happened, if you're going to have Pablo Picasso in an exhibit and you're going to be showing his paintings of women, you need to talk about that he was also a raging piece of shit.
If it's relevant. If we're talking about Picasso's women, Picasso's relationship to the women in his life, it's relevant. Let's bring it up. You know what I mean? Do you agree?
I think it's relevant to the inception of Cubism because...
oh, okay.
I mean, his first Cubist painting was a painting of a bunch of women, the ladies of...
Oh, the ladies of... Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
You're right.
And he was shameful about it. Like, he didn't show anybody for years. And it was, like, multiple perspectives, like, fragmented visuals of a group of naked women. And he's a known misogynist.
So,
I think that's important.
So, it's almost like we're not talking about it's almost like the conversation kind of moves beyond separating the art from the artist and actually arrives at a more interesting question, which is just what do we do with the information? It's just like...
I think that if you're going to teach history, you have to teach all of it.
I mean, no shit. Like, I completely agree with that. I just think it's like... I'm losing my thread here, I think. I'm trying to make a specific point, but it's like not landing, I feel like. Stay with me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say no shit.
No, it's okay.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I feel like being stuck on artist or the art or whatever is like, it's almost like a waste of time. Where it's just like, if that was a pre-established thing, where it's just like all of the whole picture is included, then we could move on to much more interesting discussions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I think that ultimately not talking about the whole picture or not including all of this information, it's like, there is an argument that, yeah, maybe sometimes it isn't relevant, but... like, why would you be more likely to show work from an artist from, like, 3 generations ago and not mention it? When an artist that's actively associated with, like, fascism or Nazism now, you wouldn't even have in your gallery. If it was publicly known information. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's distancing yourself from the topic as an institution, rather than addressing it for the sake of education and preventing it from continuing in the discourse.
So your question was, why would we include an artist from the past who is a fascist, but we wouldn't include one right now? Like,
yeah.
If it's almost like a double standard applied to the history.
Because you can censor the history.
Oh, and that's what they do now. They censor the history because it's easier. It's less awkward.
Not everybody does, but a lot of museums do.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that's been changing subtly recently.
Yeah.
But I think there's still a long way to go with that, and I think that it's interesting because there's sort of a gap in expectations, I think, of what... I don't know.
And I think it'll never stop because there's always going to be more information. Like, all of the history and information about Pablo Picasso, like, that fountain might not have dried up, for example.
Yeah.
Like, there might be more information about artists like that and those stories, and I don't know. I'm getting so distracted by your hair brushing for some reason.
Oh, sorry. I'm done now.
Your hair looks great.
Thanks.
It has increased in size
Thanks.
since brushing it. I like that. Is that bad to say? I didn't mean that to be bad.
No, it's okay.
Your hair looks awesome.
It's fine.
Man, I wish... This sucks.
What?
I almost feel disappointed that we've just made this episode because this would have been such a good episode to do research on.
Maybe this can be the teaser. And we'll come back to it next week.
Not next week. That's a big assignment.
Well, we have to do something next week.
We will. But don't ever... When you tease things, don't ever specify a release date unless the product exists. That's what I
said
say.
we would release it next week. I said we would come back to it next week.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think in the future this would be a very interesting conversation to have, especially if we're including a lot of art history information.
Yeah.
Because we would have to we should have our ducks in a row with a topic as sensitive as this. Because this is like what we're talking about is incredibly polarizing. Not necessarily what we're saying may not necessarily be polarizing.
But this debate.
This issue is
How do I get back to your
take a
house?
right. This issue is seriously polarizing.
Yeah, especially in the museum field. This is a very big debate about the role of a museum as an institution, whether or not they should weigh in on stuff like this. Like, is the job of a museum to display the work and talk about the background of the artist, or just talk about the portfolio? Like, I don't know.
I feel like, in my opinion, the background of the artist is like not even it can be the most interesting part, but like you got to think of the roles that museums already play, where it's just like, for example, one thing that museums never fucking do that I wish they would do that pisses me off kind of is that the museums never ever talk about, unless it's for some reason specifically relevant to the artistic statement of the whatever the series.
Yeah.
But they never talk about the technical specifications. They don't talk about what kind of paint and pigment and canvas and what weave they use to create this type of fucking fabric, or like what kind of brushes, or like they don't talk about the real technical information. Unless for some reason this is an exhibit about technical information in the art.
Yeah.
But they just typically don't. It'll just say oil on linen, the dimensions, maybe,
Yeah.
the year it was made, and then like this historical blurb about the artist. And that's fine. That's cool. Most of the time you just want to go there and look at a nice painting.
Yeah.
And then write down the artist's name and then look at it later on fucking Wikipedia. I don't fucking know. But like that, like, you know, I understand that like there's you know, there's only so much text you can include. You know, but that's for some reason. So, for example, that's an angle that museums don't ever take. Or maybe there are some museums that are pretty much only biographical,
Yeah.
where we're just talking about the backgrounds of these artists. You know what I mean? And like, I would be interested to know why that is. You know, maybe it's just popular demand. Like maybe an exhibit about Frida Kahlo, where it's all Frida Kahlo paintings, and they didn't talk about her story or her background at all, would be a big, big loss.
Yeah.
Be a huge mistake, because everyone would want to go there because she has this legend status.
Yeah.
Where we care the most about her story and who she was and what she meant.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, obviously her technical specifications, what kind of paint she was using, how she was doing it. Obviously that's super fucking interesting because she's legend status.
Yeah.
But it definitely takes a back seat to Frida, the icon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, where am I going with this? I don't know.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
I do think it's interesting too, because when you're talking about like technical specs, that is information that the museum has, or that
True.
museums have. Unless it's like, if it's like a smaller museum that, if you're talking about like a large, like world-class museum that has restorers and conservationists on site,
Yeah.
they definitely know that information. And the people that work at the museum probably could tell you more. But you have to think that wall text is also, like, it's supposed to be interesting to the average person that walks in
Everybody.
there. Yeah, and not everybody that goes there is actually a maker. The majority of them probably aren't. So that information might not be as relevant to somebody that is just looking to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it might not mean anything to most people. But if you were to reach out to the museum itself or try and talk to a tour guide or something, or book an appointment with a conservationist, which a lot of places you can, you can get that information on request most of the time.
This is true. Left at the lights.
Okay.
Sorry. I just knew it would have been bad if we missed this turn.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Which isn't really a counterpoint to what you said. It's just I wanted to put that out
It's
there.
that it is available, and that's important to know. Because
a lot of people don't realize that because it's not usually advertised.
I've never been to a museum in my life and asked a person that worked there, "Excuse me, sir, could you please phone the curator, please?"
Well, you can't. Usually just
I
call
need
the
to know.
curator.
I need to know something very special. I need to know what diameter brushes they used and what type of hair they used in the bristle to create such
Yeah.
monumental pieces. Speaking of which, you should go. You have to go. You're in the middle of the intersection.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you upset.
Don't do that.
I love you, but you were
love you
beyond
too.
the crosswalk
But I
in the
know how to
intersection.
drive on my own.
Okay. I was just saying because that was a particularly dangerous intersection where that happens to people a lot on that left turn.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I love you very much.
I love you too.
I don't mean to be a backseat driver. I'm sorry.
You are a lot.
I'm a backseat driver.
It really raises my anxiety level with you.
I'm guilty. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I love you.
Oh, me too.
Very sorry.
This is why I don't like driving when we're recording.
It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just was.
I love you. You didn't do anything
I was
wrong.
just
to me.
very.
You just didn't want us to get in an accident.
That's a very, very weird intersection. It's not intuitive at all.
No, it's okay.
Fuck. My bad. I love you.
I love you
I'm
too.
sorry, okay?
I love you too. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say randomly something I learned recently. Did you know that the round brush was not invented until the late 1800s, early 20th century?
I did not know
And the
that.
first group of artists to use it were artists like Monet and the Impressionists and Manet as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why it was
Oh,
created.
no, dummy me. No. The round brush was the only one that existed.
Oh, alright.
There
that makes
were
more sense.
only round brushes, and the flat brush was invented.
That makes more sense.
Sorry, I
Yep.
mixed that up.
Because the fan brush is pretty, typical of Impressionist artists. They were
Yeah.
used pretty often for
It
the
was a-
landscapes and things.
It was a big time for technical the revolution of technical the tools and different brush sets, so
Yeah.
to speak. Anyway, that's what I was
That makes sense.
random.
That's cool.
Unrelated. I'd really like to do a whole episode on the Impressionists
Yeah.
at some point.
That'd be cool.
I hope this episode was good.
It's fine.
I feel like all we did was just drive around, be anxious, and then talk about some wildly polarizing, terrible thing with half-baked opinions and information.
That's our brand.
Take a left. Half-baked isn't our brand. We're very baked, very fully baked.
We're baked.
I'm not baked. I'm never baked. I'm as sober as a judge. Ah, jeez.
As a judge. Interesting.
You never heard that expression? I didn't make that up. That's like some old guy thing to say.
It's probably not the first person I would have thought of to use as a metric of sobriety.
Yeah, actually, maybe definitely a big thing a big arc in my life. Very is the what am I trying to say? I feel like something I've discovered in life is that judges are just completely not like you want them to be like this Greek democratic infallible source of objectivity and law and knowledge and rule. But isn't that just the biggest load of shit in the world? Those people are fucking asshole pieces of shit that are just really successful lawyers that are just completely operating on their own fucking wild opinions.
The implications that you've put on this by saying that this is a big arc in your life.
I feel like I've just I don't know, maybe it's kind of like you hear a lot of people say where they're like, when I was a kid, I used to believe that the police were good. I feel like I definitely felt that way, at least about judges. You know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, they're fucking bullshit.
You said, what if we got more polarizing?
I feel like saying judges are bullshit is like one of the least polarizing things of this episode.
Ooh, did you feel that pressure change?
Actually, no.
That was weird.
My tailbone hurts so fucking bad.
Buy a pillow. Buy a pillow.
I can only stand or lay down, Theo.
Buy a pillow.
I'll look into it.
Buy a donut pillow.
I just didn't want to, because that would be admitting defeat.
You're being cheap.
I'm being
Buy a pillow.
stupid.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
I feel really self-conscious about this episode.
Stop. It's fine.
No.
It's a good episode.
I love you.
I love you too. You're doing great.
Do we fight on air?
Sometimes. It's not bad though. It's okay.
I just am embarrassed. I don't want anybody to listen to it and be like, Brian's a terrible person.
Because you tried to tell me to go left too many times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're not a terrible person.
And I told you to shut up like 10 times last episode.
Yeah, and once this episode.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Don't hate me, everybody. I'm sorry.
I probably also do that to you. Like,
It's
equally
okay.
as often.
I forgive you. No,
I forgive you too.
I listen. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? Whatever.
What were you gonna say?
I was saying I listened to a little bit of that episode, and in the first like 15 minutes, I was just being such a piece of shit while we were walking.
While you were walking?
Yeah, on our episode where we went for a walk.
Last episode?
You don't remember this episode?
No.
We went we went and looked at gnomes.
Oh, duh. Yeah. You were being very pouty that day. You didn't want to be on a walk.
Very upset. I was very upset and stressed out.
It was a nice little plot line for the episode, though, because then you fucking relaxed once we went on a walk. Like I told you would.
Yeah, maybe you were right. So what? Just kidding.
You're gonna have to go on some walks this weekend because you don't have your skateboard.
I don't want to talk about it.
Gotta get your exercise.
I know. I will. I'll do some upper body exercises with the scooter.
With a pull-up bar.
No, fuck that. With the scooter. I only exercise if it has some type of element of danger
That's true.
or death.
That's true.
I like the death risk. Just kidding. I don't like death risk.
You do, kind of. A little bit.
Well, I mean, injury risk is different than death risk. Like, for example, the motorcycle race a few months back, that I was terrified the entire time. I was riding the motorcycle scared as shit. Like, I was not like, fuck yeah, I'm a badass motor... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's not what was happening. I was like, ah! Like, it was not what I'm cut out for. There are limits to my chaos.
So, you're saying...
And mini bikes on motocross tracks with like 10 people flying on motorcycles around me
You are
is a limit.
not allowed to tell me that you enjoy exercising with injury risks and then bitch about your tailbone for a month without doing anything about it.
Okay.
You are publicly being held accountable for buying a butt pillow.
Left.
I'm not...
Or right. I'm sorry. You could have gone either way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for telling you to take so many lefts. Also, you could probably do a big 3-point tournament in the driveway. That'd be easier. I'm sorry! I'm just trying to be helpful. God, I suck.
No, you don't.
I love you.
I love you too. And we got a whole episode done just in time. It's time for me to go to work now.
Yeah, this is a classic.
Shenanigans episode.
Classic shorty episode. We used to do them this length all the time.
Classic shorty shenanigans.
All right, but you really got to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll shut this off.
Bye!
Bye.
Austin Art Podcast!
Woo!
I should cut that out, though, so that's such an embarrassing voice.
No, you have to leave it.
Okay. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Boston Art Podcast is an independent DIY production by Brian Huntress and Theodora Earthworms. The information contained in this episode represents the views and opinions of the original creators or our guests, and does not represent any institution, organization, or business. Find us on Instagram at Boston Art Podcast, and tune in for a new episode every Friday. Thank you for listening.